What is up, Twitch, and welcome to the Race Plays Podcast Network. You are in for another exciting evening. Thank you for joining us. What's up, Robin? Robin in the house. Robin in the house. Put those emojis. Robin in the house. How'd you guys like my new video, by the way? How did you like my stunt double there? His name is Tom. My stunt double's name is Tom, and he doubles his Race Flaves for me in the studio. And that's my new video imported from my boy Ravi. What's up, Serini? What's up, Serini? Serena the Pink in the house, chilling, watching some stock car racing on TV. Yes, dude, you got to watch that movie. There's a movie out that's coming out about the video game kids that play that racing game, that racing car game. I don't know what it's called. You'll probably know, Robin. There's a racing car game on PlayStation. They end up being so good at the racing game on the video game that they actually recruit these kids to go race in real stock car racing, and they train them and everything like that. It's pretty crazy. It's going to be a pretty cool movie that's coming out. Gran Turismo, something like that. Yes, Gran Turismo. See, we got it at the same time, Robin. Here, but doing some stuff for my kid's school. She starts in 2 weeks. Yeah, my kids start in 2 weeks too. It's going to be crazy. No more kids jumping in the studio anymore. They're going to be all at school until I pick them up. It's going to be awesome. Pretty sure I spelled wrong, but yeah, you know what? Sometimes I pronounce it wrong. So if you spell it wrong and I pronounce it, Robin, we're fantastic. We're doing okay. Welcome to the show. If you're just joining us live on Twitch Thursday, let me show you what I'm eating right here real quick if I can. I get a little steak my mom made me, a little steak, little spaghetti pasta salad, and some corn. What's special about the steak is on top of it is some chimichurri that Gordo brought me during the week. So melted that chimichurri over the top as it is. And let me tell you, as I cut into it here, it is quite lovely. That chimichurri makes everything nice and special. Thank you, Gordo's Barbecue. Robin says I had a job interview a few days. I had a job interview a few days. Did not get the job. Well, Keep on trucking, keep on trying. That's what we're going to talk about today. Roven, this show is specifically for you, guys like you and me, who are in the so-called rat race, trying to live day by day. Um, We've got my friend. He's an expert at this. Kshotem is coming on the show with us in a few minutes here. We're going to talk about work-life balance. I'm a parent. I got 3 kids. I have a full-time job with Young Nails during the day, and that keeps me busy as well. So if anybody needs advice on time management, that's me. I got a full-time job during the day, and then at night, I, of course, produce this show. When I'm done with these shows, I record them, and we get to talk to some amazing guests. We get to hang out with you, which is most importantly. What's up, Jessica? And then after we're done, it's to the editing, right to the editing, getting everything tight and ready for Spotify and iTunes, and editing, rendering, and then uploading to Spotify. That process is what we call workflow, and that is a process that takes quite a bit of time. So that's what we're going to talk about today: workflow and work as well as just trying to keep that balance. So, before I get too deep into the woods, I will bring on the expert, my friend, Mr. Kshotem. What is up, Kshotem?
What it do, everybody, man? It's what Kshotem, you know what I
mean? Welcome to the show, my friend. Always good to see you.
Hey, man, it's always good to see everybody in here, all supportive and all that, that's what we like to see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, rewind it back for those who didn't listen to our podcast that came out last week. Tell people what it is that you do.
I shoot interviews. I manage pretty much artists and pretty much show people on how to build on social media and take a different direction to get better results for the outcome. Pretty much why they're doing it, the main reason why they're even doing it for. So, just a visionary, innovator, just somebody that's going to go out and get it done.
Nice. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love the visionary part as well. That's sometimes what you need, and I need, and I'm thankful to Kshotem for kicking me in the cahooj lately. He's gotten the fire in my belly. He's gotten the fire on my feet. He's got me working and getting this thing organized and helping me just kind of, organize a little bit better my strategies and techniques. Presentation is everything. I think one of the things I certainly lack on is how I have the brand, but how I show that brand to the world is my weakness, and Kshotem has been helpful with that. So it's been awesome. What do we got? Big chillin', Robin. Yes. H-Town, love in the house. What's up, Doritos? Put those Doritos in there. I love that Dorito. How about those habanero Doritos from freaking the last couple weeks? Those habanero Doritos were rare and good. Man. So it's freaking, it's a thing. You got to have the vision. You got to have the kind of direction, kind of know where you want to go. And when you have somebody like you, where you can kind of throw the ball back and forth, you know what I mean? Like when I was by myself, yes, of course I have other friends that help me as well, but a lot of times I'm by myself, just thinking about things, trying to re-strategize. But when you can kind of toss that ball back and forth, it takes the pressure off, kind of like that steam, takes that steamer pressure off of you. So it's pretty awesome to have, especially with other podcasters like yourself or interviewers like you do it, high energy, high level on YouTube. What exactly I'm doing, what I'm trying to accomplish. You understand. If I talk to a guy that's a barber, he has no idea what I'm talking about. He's like, you're talking to people? Are you crazy? You should just slam the door and just bring people in. So you know what I'm talking about it all the time.
Definitely.
Crazy. Motivation and dedication, Roven says. Roven is like that. He's a guy that has a ton of talent. He's a Yelp elite, by the way. He's known on the Yelp scene. He goes to different places and tries food. He does amazing content on his TikTok, and his videos are fantastic. His music's there and everything like that. And he's known in the food scene. but he needs that help of like getting motivated during the day, like trying to get like the work part of it to where you can. I mean, does he monetize with his Yelp stuff? Is there a way, or does he actually get a day job? What direction would you give Rovin there?
I mean, so what, he's trying to take a direction on Yelp.
Yeah, he's already well known on Yelp and TikTok and stuff. But the problem is, he needs to, for him, he needs to have some like cheddar. He needs to have some sort of day job where he's making cash so that he can pay for his food and his gas and be
I
able to
mean,
do the things he wants to do.
that's simple math, you know what I mean? Like, first in life in general, right? I mean, you shouldn't even be thinking about anything else if you ain't even stable in life in general, right? Like, you shouldn't be trying to chase a dream if you can't make the bread in the beginning, right? Like, and I mean,
Mm.
everybody makes bread at their day job, you know what I mean? Like, nobody just relies on what they do first, you know what I mean? You have to invest into what you do, you know what I mean?
There you go. That's a good point right there. I think for a lot of people, they just well, for me, I'll use myself an example. When I was in my 19, 20, 21, early 20s, all I wanted to do was play guitar in my dad's garage because I thought I was going to be a rock star all over the world.
Right.
And all I was doing was um, writing songs, of course, creating, of course, and music was out there and playing gigs, of course. But there, all I was doing was draining my bank account for little money that I had from doing like little side hustles, and like little temp agency was huge for me back in those days. And but all my money would just go to 12 packs. I mean, I wasn't making any business. I wasn't making any forward momentum until my parents got on me and were like, you got to meet your uncle on Tuesday. You got an interview. And then I went, and then the rest is history. I became, a cable guy, and got into telephony, and I was into DSL and training in telephones and running cables for Verizon as well as Pac Bell, and doing all kinds of things for many, many years in the technical side of things. And then eventually there's a crazy story on YouTube how I ended up working at Young Nails, but yeah, it took it, the thing I think I wish I knew, and I'm glad that you're telling people today, and I'm glad Robin's hearing this and he's getting it right there. He says, I'm not giving up on trying to make more money. You got to have that foundation to be able to invest in your dream, right?
You have to, and first, everybody should just have a job to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, if you talking about like, I'm not giving up on trying to make more money. I mean, first it starts with making the money, saving the money, and investing into the proper things that you're trying to invest into. You know what I mean? Like, it. You shouldn't even be thinking about it in the sense of like from your business. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta first get the money, you know what I mean? But I feel like if you want it bad enough, you know what I mean? Like, you gonna know how to just manage it and get it, you know what I mean?
What is it? Easier said than done. What does it take for somebody that doesn't have the motivation, that doesn't have that drive? We talked about it. We're in a small, me and Kshotem, we're in a small group of gentlemen that talk almost every day. What is it we talk about in that group? We talk about not just hunger, but today we even talked about like, I'm starving, I'm going for it. What does it take to get
Oh
somebody
yeah.
at that could get to them at that point? Because sometimes you can be just in a lull, or and I get that too. Sometimes just in a lull, I'm like, I'm just gonna go through my day. How do you get to that energy level?
You know, everybody is different in this world, you know what I mean? That's why, like, say K shot him, he might just be him, and that's just how he is, right? But now somebody else, they might need to feed off of somebody else. So if you say you're around people that are go-getters and they want to, make things happen, and they are making things happen, then you're going to end up making things happen too, because you're going to adapt the same way of thinking and mentality. Me, I'm already there. So like, I don't need nobody around me. I like it like that. You know what I mean? It actually helps me, but I don't have an issue with helping people because I have too much information right here sometimes. So I need to be able to help others too.
Dude, I think that's huge. One thing that we don't talk a lot about or recognize is how environment affects us. So, and there's a saying out there that's like, I think it's something like you're the sum of the five people you hang out with, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You right, you eventually become who you hang out with, whether you know hang out, or you hang out with gang members, you hang out with business people, you hang out with you hang out with people that are doing good in the community, or do you hang out with people that are taking from the community? And, and if you find yourself, especially in these times, where you're just hanging out and playing Gran Turismo all day, and and you haven't gotten that phone call like I was talking about earlier from NASCAR, it may be time to get off the couch and get a job, right?
yeah, yeah.
And Robin says, I think a lot of people who have that motivation, they probably draw on the negative. That don't have the motivation, they probably draw on the negativity too much. But yeah, everybody said, yeah, that could be that. I hear you, Robin. Yeah. So sometimes, if you're, what do you do? How do you stay? How do you? Yeah, go.
Listen, man. If you're somebody that is looking for motivation and all these type of things, then you need to find somebody that's motivated, and somebody that not only is motivated that but is willing to put that motivation into you, because not everybody is there for that, you know what I mean? But if you don't have it just naturally within, it's all about passion too, you know what I mean? If you don't have motivation, like, are you even passionate about what you're doing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
That's key, dude, because some people are just going through the motions and not they may not even enjoy what they do.
Some people are looking for something, you know, and I'm not even saying him in particular, just in general, you know. Some people, they just looking for like their calling almost, instead of it being already inside you and you just operating naturally, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, you know. Like, for me, all the things, all these things that I am, I never tried to be it, you know what I mean? Like, it just, like, I just discovered it within, and then it's like, okay, now I'm going hard. And when you have vision, nothing's in your way. Nothing can block you. There's no brick wall. You know what I mean? You going hard. You breaking barriers. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nothing stopping you now. If it's bread, then I mean you already know what to do about that. It's simple mathematics. You feel me? Like, we gotta wake up and make money in some way. You know what I mean? We can't be broke. So if it's bread, you already know how to make that.
Yeah, but I think it's good that we talk about it, because some of people don't have the basics. Like, you do have to wake up every morning. You
Yeah.
do have to show up to the job. You
Yeah.
do have to get out and get it. Like,
Yeah.
because like you said, you were born with the vision. You were born with the kind of um kind of a want to do to you have you have a vision. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I have that as well, but it may take time for people to find that. And like you said, a lot of people are just waiting for it to come. And certainly I'm guilty of that, waiting too long for it to come. I'm 48 years old now. So don't wait, Robin. If I were to give you any advice, or anybody out there, don't wait. Try some things. Try a bunch of different things, especially when you're young. Try a lot of different things and see what hits. And Robin says that starts with mindset, then find a routine. Yeah, exactly. Mindset is huge. And I think we take it for granted that, everybody's like us, or like everybody has that motivation, but a lot of people, see, some people, like, even will be like, don't like, you don't need that. But some people do. And then,
You know, now, sorry to cut you off, but the best way to find motivation within yourself is by proving yourself things just right in front of yourself, you know, like doing the things that you know you don't want to do, but you got to do in life to make these little accomplishments, because little changes make big outcomes, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you say, "Oh, I don't like waking up at 6 a.m. I normally wake up at 12 p.m." Then start waking up at 6 a.m. You know what I mean? I mean, it could be even like how you eat. You know, like, "Oh, I don't normally eat this much. I'm gonna cut that down." Like just anything that feels some accomplishment from what you're doing and you feel the result, that'll make you build motivation and gain some self-confidence even, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's a lot of little things that everybody does in life, you know what I mean? And these are just simple things that we're talking. I'm normally talking about the bigger things, but right now I feel like I'm talking about small things.
No, 100%, dude. And I'm pulling you to that because you're way in this freaking atmosphere. You're way in the stratosphere, brother. I'm trying to pull you down because they need what you're, dude. What you just said is huge. I don't understand. I don't know if you know how what huge that was. What you just said, like, because people they need like okay, like you just I asked you how do you find motivation. You just said exactly how to do it. The little baby steps, do things, accomplish little things
Yeah,
and then you'll feel better about yourself. You'll get more confident. And a lot of people have said that,
yeah,
there's big motivational speakers out there that have said the same thing. Like it's the little steps, the little stepping stools to get you
big
that
outcomes.
big outcomes. Exactly. Exactly. So this is great, great stuff. Shar MC, what's up? Big thoughts. Yes, sir. You know Shar MC?
You know what? I think I got him or her, on the Instagram, you know what I mean?
Awesome. Star MC, thank you for joining us. We're talking about big things, big thoughts, big motivations, getting rid of those negative thoughts, trying to figure out how to get this what we're trying to get. And necessarily, let's be clear, we're not always talking about money either. Me and Kshotem could be starving artists right here. What we like what I put up a story on my feed this morning by Rick Rubin, and he talked about how it's not so much like the monetary thing. It's about creating the thing,
Yeah.
and whatever that is you create, it feels so good to create the art that we create. It almost doesn't matter that we're freaking not in some mansion, not on the Rolls Royce. Would love to. Spotify, if you want to call me and do a contract with me, I'll do it tomorrow. But
Right.
it's just fun. We're just having fun out here.
See, I definitely have a different approach, Yeah, I do enjoy what I do, but it's like I'm on a time frame. I feel like, like I'm trying to get it done. You know what I mean? Like let's get it done. Let's work. You know what I mean? Like I have to be consistent. Like I have to be hungry. You know what I mean? Like there is no waiting for anything out here. You know what I mean? Like figure it out and go get it type.
Love it. Love it. See, I get that from you guys. Charm MC wanted to make it clear she's a follower of Raised Flames. Yes, baby. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for coming in, Charm MC. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Man, so yeah, it's just a thing about creating things, about having the motivation. But then once you do, and then you start talking about workflow and what we and you do. Talk about what you do. Your day to day. Wake up in the morning, right after the bong hit. What happens?
Oh man, I mean, I just actually looked at my usage on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was the past like couple of days, and I'm not even gonna speak on like the amount of time that I be on Instagram. But it's like, okay, so I wake up. Of course, the phone is already in hand. You know what I mean? I'm looking at comments. Trying to reply to people messages. That's the first thing I'm doing whenever I'm waking up. You know what I
I do
mean?
that too,
My
dude.
computer.
It's crazy how like this is the first thing we do. And
Yeah, because I gotta interact, I gotta tap in, and then I mean, I'll probably even wake up, hit the pooper. You feel me?
we're going real
You
detail
know,
today, guys. So we're not gonna we're gonna
yeah, yeah, yeah,
we're not letting anything cross. We're crossing all
yeah.
of our T's and I's.
So you know what I mean? Like, as I'm doing that, post something on my story because it's important to keep the story active all day. You know what I mean? And realistically, all throughout the day, like I'm on my computer a lot, either chopping clips, editing videos. I drop every week an interview, so that's just that, right? But I'm chopping and doing other stuff too. Like I just finished a music video I'm gonna drop tomorrow, and then I finished a vlog for Baby Rich from from when we went to see you,
Nice.
and
That's about to
then
launch. You're about to launch that too.
he's gonna launch that, I believe, maybe tomorrow.
Ooh, sick! You're here on Raised Flames. There's another exclusive.
Yeah, it's pretty dope too. So everybody
Oh,
go check that out.
damn. Make sure you follow
Yeah,
Bebe Rich and Kshotem on YouTube.
but I just been putting out so much work, and I mean, a lot of people, they don't realize that I used to just shoot the interviews and put them out every week and be consistent, and I was going up, whatever. But it's like now I be doing so much more. I'm going back to the roots, because this is how I started, like, pulling up places, you know what I mean? Like maybe shooting a little music video or um getting some outside footage of people, you know what I mean? Like, but I strayed away from that whenever I got in this couch setting. I went hard with that for like a year straight. So now I'm getting back to the basics and doing this. So there's a lot more workload on me right now, you know what I mean? But I have so much work to drop every week. It's just ridiculous.
It's crazy. Jessa Diamond, I love you. I was thinking about you. I was hoping you'd come tonight. Thank you for being back. Love you. Dude, that is sick. So we're starting to get an idea. You why do you think that? Okay, you've been doing it so long you've been doing it so long that we can see like a pattern. So you used to go out like constantly and get content, right? And then then at some point it kind of plateaued out, or you stopped doing it. Why do you think it stopped, and why are you back in?
Well, it's not that it stopped. It's just I kind of leveled into the couch setting with the blue light, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start just doing this one theme setting, and that's whenever I really got my real support, and I went kind of like more crazy on Instagram, like I got all types of people behind me off of that setting, and just interacting. So many people loved the setting,
Yeah, we talked about the setting on the podcast. It's incredible. Right.
But see, before that, I didn't even think like, I mean, I had in my head like I want to be in either a building, a room. It didn't matter, just a designated spot where I could shoot.
Oh, now time, it's signature. You can't change that up now.
Yeah, it's been like that, So, but now that I'm going back to the roots of the things, it's giving people a chance to see like the other side to me too, because I just put out a video on my YouTube channel from the Firewater Bar, in Ontario. After we went to see you, we went over there, and I got a video on there, man. It's some real quality stuff, man. Dude had a real good performance. Shouts out to No Limit.
Oh, that performance was from that show?
Yeah, that was from that.
Oh, dude, that was sick. I saw it on your YouTube today.
Yeah, big shouts out to No Limit Kid. He really did his thing. Real hip hop. You know what I mean? Like I love that little venue because it just felt real. Like it brought me back to reality. Because a lot of music now, it's just like talking about the same things. You could tell there's no like real passion behind it. And yeah.
Awesome, Jessa Diamond. Love that. Love that. I know it's late. I purposely did tonight late because people are starting to get into bed maybe with their phone. And then in the East Coast, you're definitely in bed, but you can't sleep. Stay up. Watching the Raised Flames with Kshotem if you're just joining us. Yeah, dude, that's sick. That venue looked like really tight because there was a lot of people. Dude was singing, and that's why I was like chatting. You guys are like, oh, I want to do some freaking live. I want to live one of these days, like live stream that.
Don't get me wrong. The crowd wasn't like that for every artist. You know what I mean? Like that was just like they were vibing to that song. It was
okay.
They probably knew that song too, and that's why like whenever I got it, I seen the crowd. I was behind the crowd, so I seen what was going on. So I had to get that as a
visual was sick.
It was, bro. Other people performed, but it wasn't as dope as that performance.
Isn't it interesting, dude? You're like me exactly. Like we go to spots. Like I went to do a report because I do a blog as well, and I like to like just sit and watch and catch certain moments that nobody thinks about. Like a lot of people are like on the main, but me and you, people that have the eye for what's going to be killer content, not only killer content, but just an amazing experience.
Yeah.
We're able to catch those moments, and it just that's what it's all about right there, dude. For me, I'm sure for you as well.
Yeah, I mean, being a creative is all about the eye. It's not about the quality of the camera. You know what I mean? Like you could have a crappy camera and still be able to get some good footage prior to somebody with a red cam. He might not even know how to use that thing, and you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I got the for my still shots. You guys saw me. I have the EOS too. It's an old camera from like early 2000s.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and you can use the same Canon lenses too, and it's really.
Oh yeah, man. Because these cameras, you know what I mean, they last forever. You know what I mean? Like it's like iPhones. They upgrade so fast that a camera from last year, it's already 10, 15, 20 models ahead by a year later. You know what I mean? Because they drop.
So many, right? The technology is going too fast.
Oh, yeah, man.
The raw images you can get with these old cameras are sick. So you guys, that's what I'm talking about when it comes to the hard work. You guys came here. We did a show. We did a full hour. We did a performance plus an interview with Baby Rich. We did photography. Yeah. It was a whole session, a full on production with. I mean, you guys should have seen it. We had speakers, we had mixers. Everything was involved in here in the studio. And immediately, you guys take off to Ontario, which is an hour and a half away from here, and you guys go to that show and do that thing. That's what I'm talking about. I would be exhausted if I was doing that.
Shit. I was gonna say I might be able to screen share and just show y'all a little preview from that.
Do it, dude. That would be.
But I'm talking like just the beginning. You know what I mean? Like a couple seconds.
All of it. Or exclusive on Race Plays. Exclusive on Race Plays.
No, we can't do that.
All right. Just a piece.
We could only show.
Save it because Baby Rich is gonna launch that.
You know what?
Can you do it?
I don't know, but what if old boy gets upset?
Let's call him on. Tell him to come on right now.
You say call him on.
Watch, I'm gonna DM her. I'm gonna DM right now. Watch, I'm gonna DM him.
Yeah, tell him to slide on, man. Make an appearance, man.
Chat with him.
But yeah, man. So it's all about just getting to this work. You know what I mean? Like, if anybody knows me, they know that it's every day. Like every second that goes by, you don't get that back. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, I look at time differently. You know what I mean? Like that's why I go so hard too, because I understand time. And I know everything past today is considered just history. You know what I mean? So I try to go hard on what I do, and because the internet is so fast, you know what I mean, it could pass you up so quick. So it's like you can't think that you good at all out here. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I could just wait. Nah, you gotta go full fledged.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally trying to keep up with AI, so you better work fast.
It's rough out here, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. But you're doing it. That's the difference that I'm talking about. If you're listening right now, we're talking to Kshotem, legendary interviewer from YouTube, photographer and manager of mini bands, as well as a strategist. To be able to just go, like I think, I don't know how to explain the feeling that we get when we just go out to it. Like when I go film a pop-up, and it's like I have 3 kids. I've taken the son to baseball, and then I've done whatever I had to do, my honeydews for the wife, and then just be completely exhausted, but not even think about it, and just go and just be super stoked that I'm going to this show or whatever I'm going to film, or this restaurant I'm going to eat at, and I'm going to show the world it, and have no, like, just, I don't think about the exhaustion until I'm done, and then I pass out. But in the moment, I'm just going 100 miles an hour. It's crazy.
I would be, or if you could, show them that performance from, No Limit Kid on my YouTube. You know what I mean?
On your YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, just like capture that, you know what I mean? Because I feel like that was one hell of a performance, you know what I mean? And he really had the crowd.
That was really sick. Wait till you guys see this because um let me cue it right. Oh my god, it's perfectly cued already. I didn't even pay for that. That's crazy. Hold on a second.
Oh, he paid. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, he paid. That's why there's no I'm getting no commercials. I was like, how did I do that? What club was this at?
This was the Flower Water Bar. You might have to turn up the resolution because I had to video.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it pretty good though?
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm approaching that junction where I had to pick and choose if I can handle this luggage. Wanna be a leader, but I gotta fight for the public. Get so selfish with my own intuition and quit the rubbish, cause my people need me.
Who is this kid?
Just to function. So
we gotta get this guy on the show.
Rise above it. I wanna be it my back. Have a purpose or something. Pray for what I wanna see. Without the vision, there's nothing. Yeah. Keep on mopping up on these feet. Pray that everything works out for the plan. Throughout the week, I got a couple plans. I'm manifesting that they wanna see. Keep your head up, eyes on the prize, cause you got a dream. Yeah. Keep on mopping up on these feet. Pray that everything works out for the.
Oh shit! There we go. 720 feet.
I'm manifesting and wanna see. Keep your head up, eyes on the prize, cause you got a dream. Through all the struggles, keep it going, keep it pushing, don't stop.
All right, there's a piece right there. If you want to see the rest of that, Kshotem, there it is right there. Kshotem on not Insta. This is YouTube, my friends. YouTube right here. YouTube.
Everything Kshotem. You hear me?
Everything Kshotem. Instagram. Are you on TikTok too?
I don't use TikTok, man. I don't like
good.
TikTok, honestly. I mean, I know a lot of people that could build on TikTok, but every time I post on there, they don't
I don't
allow
get no love from TikTok. I don't get no.
I don't like TikTok. I'm too old for ticker talkers.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. Baby Rich says I'm in a meeting right now. Oh, he's doing some big things. See? He's in a meeting.
It's all good though, you know what I mean? Like it's all gravy, you know what I mean? Y'all gonna have to get tuned in when that drops, you know what I mean? It's hard though. Don't get it twisted.
Damn, I can't wait, dude. He's dropping that tomorrow?
Yeah, I believe so. I will show you the music video I'm gonna drop tomorrow, but I don't know if that's PG.
Well, I did put explicit on this because I knew you were coming, so I clicked the explicit Twitch button there.
Yeah, because I'm dropping that music video tomorrow. You know, that whole music video. Like, I'll tell you a little bit about that. So, my boy was shooting a music video from his phone. You know what I mean? And me, I don't even shoot music videos because I'm not invested in that area right now. You know, there's a lot that you got to really be invested into that area to really shoot good music.
So did you just start? Because you've been doing that a little bit here and there. So you just started?
Well, see, music video, like, say, okay, remember how I told you I took 10 years off, and then, like, in 2020, 2021, that's whenever I picked up the camera again, and I've been ever since. So, like, video I never did back then because it wasn't really a thing like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it wasn't really a thing. It was all about pictures back then, digital photography and stuff like that. So, whenever I came back to the scene, I've only shot about 5 music videos, but see, I was finding what I wanted to do whenever I came back 10 years later, right? So you got to think this vision I have, like, it just came out of nowhere too. Like, I mean, I started whenever I was a kid. I was not doing it for so long. And then whenever I came back, I was just going back to the roots, like taking pictures of what I knew of. But I fell in love with the video aspect because I always wanted to do video back in the day too. So once I figured out, oh, I could do video with this camera, you know, I was just playing with anything video, you know what I mean? Vlogs, a music video, even if I didn't know how to put one together, like I was just doing everything. And that's how I kind of stumbled into like doing the vlogs and realizing like, oh, I'm doing interviews because I'm just standing around talking to people with the camera, you know? So that's when the whole interviews came in. But see, that's why I didn't invest into music videos because you have to have a gimbal, stabilizer.
Oh, dude, you could have a whole crew.
yeah, you got to have a lot invested, right? So for me, I realized since I'm doing this, and I could just invest in a tripod, a light, like if a mic, if you need it, like there's things that you can invest that's way more affordable than wanting to shoot music videos. Even though music videos, you're gonna get paid from 500 and up for show. You know what I mean? Because
What?
it's a music
I gotta
video.
go then. I'm doing.
Yeah, music videos you get paid. So that's why, so say this music video I'm putting out, you got to think it's no stabilizers, no gimbal. It's nothing fancy. I'm literally holding the camera and just recording. So
Yeah, but you got that
you're
eye.
going to
It's gonna be
see it
nice and
in the
raw.
it's going to be in the most raw format. And it's actually on some more like street type vibes.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like we even closed off a whole street with like 3 cars,
What?
you know what I mean? Just to shoot it. Yeah, there was like guys behind us, like honking, like, we was like, nah, we pushing this. What's up?
Damn. Yeah. That's the thing is you're smart because you don't want to like veer off the road. Your interview thing is your brand is sick. The way you interview, it's very stylistic and it's unique, and the people that you interview is awesome. You obviously have the talent. So I would see if somebody was making a music video, I'd be more keen to like, okay, Kshotem's doing it. It's probably going to be really good. I'd go to, you don't have to sell me on it, but still, you want to be focused.
Every music video I shot, it was the most low budget thing, but everybody they always say it's hard because I don't know, like when you have vision, it don't really matter about all these other things. That comes down to people really critiquing things and just being like, oh, this guy got it like this and it doesn't look like that. But if you can just appreciate it for what it is and be like, that's hard, you know what I mean? Because it is hard, And I think you'll say it too, you'll be like, oh.
That's the hard part about today, though. That's the hard part about the time we're living in is nobody likes that old Tascam 4-track anymore. You know what I mean? Nobody likes that old vinyl, that old way of photographer. I don't know. What is that?
You know why? It's because there's a lot of guys out there, I ain't going to mention no names or whatnot, but there's a lot of guys out there that they living up to a image too much or like a perception. Like they're trying to be looked at like somebody bigger than they are sometimes. And I feel like wait until you actually get to that level, like, build from the ground up so people see the growth too. If you try to fake it till you make it, then they don't even like they'll know if you go up and you get some real bread, but to them this is the highest that you know what I mean, like because you're almost like painting this picture of look at me, so with the music videos, that's what I see a lot of guys doing. And I seen the transition probably like maybe a year or two ago when the music videos that I would shoot, they were cool, but then it went into like people trying to have too much of an image, you know what I mean? And now it's like basically they needed to look a certain way because they need to fool as many people to believe they're actually
well, it's a scary place to be in.
They gotta work for it. They just gotta work for it, but everybody's trying to figure out what's the best shortcut, but there is no shortcuts. You just gotta work.
That's huge right there, because it's much more you would appreciate somebody that did that journey and then you watch the journey go.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then got to there. Whereas if you're faking it so you make it, there's kind of this air without substance kind of thing that's happening, and people kind of feel that. It's really cool. Like if I don't know, it's like if people like just appreciated the art for what it is, the way that they did paintings back when they were muralists or stuff like that. Thankfully there is a big audience for that, because there's people that appreciate jazz. There's people that appreciate historical pieces of art or music or interpretation of photography and stuff like that. So we're very lucky even though there's a lot of technology involved, we're still able to see all the amazing things that can be accomplished in this crazy high technology world.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I mean, it's the age of information, you know what I mean? Like people just gotta tune into them natural sources to get the results they're looking for. But you know what I mean? Like for me, man, like I try to just get everybody going because I feel like the faster I could get people going, the faster I grow too, you know what I mean?
Hmm. That's pretty. I mean, well, just you being here obviously says a lot because you don't have to be here. You spend time with people like me, spend time with others. You share your time. It says a lot because you could just like you said, you don't need a bunch of people around you. You have your vision. You can go. So to be able to like share your anything is pretty amazing.
Yeah, man, I've dealt with a lot of encounters with people too that made me have to back away from a lot of situations. So that's why I
Mm.
try to encounter genuine people, and I don't mind helping people that are at the bottom because the people at the bottom, they're the most genuine people. They want like if you help them build, they might just be loyal to you. They might not. Who knows? Some people you give them the sauce and then they get big headed and they, you know, don't they might turn on you or whatever, but that's just what comes
Damn.
with this, you know what I mean? But with me, I have good intention and I just try to find that within other people too. And I just know that based off of action too. And you know, the best like the best way to get results in general is just being about your word, you know what I mean? The first step to being a man, you feel me, is just being about your word. You know, if you can't be about your word, then
Boom.
you ain't really about anything. You can't even tell yourself something and be about it, then you'll have to question that too.
Shoot, that is some wisdom right there, my friends. Because you hit it right on the like. You have to say what you're gonna do. Like there's
You're
an
your best friend and your worst enemy. That little angel on the left or on the right, and that little devil on the left. That's just real. You know what I mean? So you got to know
100.
how to lean on what side, right? And know what side is talking to you at what time. Because you know, a lot of times, you know, there will be things that get thrown at you that want you to stop, and a lot of people they take that bait. You know what I mean? And I've taken that bait before. Every time I stop doing this for a girl, you know what I mean? And I'm not doing that no more. You know what I mean? Like there ain't no stopping this no more for nothing. I already have an ex trying to crawl back into my life is exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, that ain't happening. You know what I mean? It ain't happening because I ain't
Damn.
stopping for nothing ever again. You know what I mean?
That do you feel like that kind of like if you look back to those moments, were those the times where you kind of like fell off or lost track? Like you weren't
Yeah,
creating it. Those like
definitely.
that thing was sucking you in.
Definitely, definitely. Anytime I ever fell off of doing what I was doing, it was always because of a girl, you know what I mean? So, but I'll say this, every time I came back to the scene, which I've only been doing this again like maybe 3 years now, but I've taken like breaks from girls in between that, right? But every time I've came back, I've always came back stronger and more motivated and more hungry and just more wise, you feel me? Because I go through a lot with these girls too, you know. So there's a lot to
Yeah.
learn off people, you know what I mean?
100. Yeah, relationships will definitely carve you into a more mature
Yeah, and
young
it'll
adult.
make you more of a beast within your own self too, because you know that it's just a waste of time, but you're not a waste of time. You feel me? So
I like that. You hear that? If you're hearing that, you are not a waste of time, my friends. If you're listening right now, we're talking to Kshotem. You are not a waste of time, my friends. That's why I'm happy that each of you have joined us this evening to hear this kind of not just motivation, but just regular old guys, like guys talking about what we do to get it, and that's what we're talking about. Bottom line is talking about getting it, and you getting up in the morning and going out and getting it.
and see, look, that's why it's important. Just what I mentioned with the girl situation. That's why it's so important to surround yourself around go getters and people that are motivated. You know what I mean? Because a girl is a prime situation. I'm not saying all women are gonna do these things. You know what I mean?
No, you're gonna find eventually Mr. K shot him. We're gonna be in Hawaii at his wedding, and when he turns 35, but when you find the right one,
Oh
but
yeah.
you're a young man, so you're living your
Oh
life.
yeah. I'm not worried about that though. That comes to you know like you don't look for that.
Right. That's right. It comes. She comes. The right one will come.
Yeah, I'm good on that though. You know what I mean? I'm too busy. You know what I mean? I'm married to the game. You know what I mean?
There it is, the wedding ring with the game. He said until in sickness and health he will love the game for
Yeah,
life.
I'm married to the game, man. I mean, if you can't see that, then I don't know, somebody blind in this mug.
There
'Cause
you go. There you go. Kate Serini with the high fives, 100% in the chat. Jesse Diamond, it's important to be with people who inspire and not hinder. Hopefully, we're inspiring you today. That's why we're on tonight. Kshotem wanted to come on and drop some of his wisdom, his nuggets. That's what he does. I'm fortunate I get to talk to him every day, but I wanted to share it. I don't want, just keep it all for myself. This man is got a lot of wisdom that he can share with people. So highly inspiring. Thankfully, Robin's on the show because Robin, we care about Rovin too. We have Rovin on the show, and he goes through a lot. He's a young man trying to get jobs and doing his thing and doing his hustle. I like it. You know what he does, bro? He'll buy the shoes though. The sneaker game where you buy the shoes and you resell them. He does that stuff. So I like that, the little hustle game there.
a little hustle.
He's got that going, and then he's a food Yelpy as well. So he'll get it. He'll get it. He's young. He's young. He'll get it. He'll get it. Awesome, man. Cool. So what's going on next? What you dropping a couple of videos tomorrow? And
I'm dropping a music video tomorrow on my channel with my boy Cali Boy Guapo. I'm dropping an interview Monday with my boy J Mac the rapper. Rich, he might be dropping that vlog tomorrow, who knows, on his channel, but there's a lot of work coming, man. Like, it's just ridiculous. I got about 2 other vlogs, that I'm gonna, make and whip up and whatnot. So if I don't line up another interview, then I'm just gonna be dropping those, you know what I mean? Which I have an interview lined up with one of those guys from that venue, so on some real hip hop, you know what I mean?
Are you gonna interview that guy that we just saw?
That guy more than likely, yes, because I had talked to him. I had told him about the clip, he's gonna shoot me like some bread for it, whatever. So tomorrow I'm gonna send him that. And
Cool.
I do plan on working with him because I do feel like he got a voice and he got some good music. His boy too, I think his name's 714 Craze or something like that. He be hard as hell too, man.
Really?
Like I don't know if I think if I play a song from right here, you probably won't be able to hear it on your end.
Is it on Spotify or what?
No, it's just on my computer, you know what I mean?
Oh, crazy. If you get that dude, interview him and then send him over my way, if you will.
Oh man, that's easy. He just did an interview with some podcaster actually, so he's for sure like trying to push out these visuals. And I mean, just like him, right? I look at people's pages and I instantly know what needs to be done on their page, and I instantly know how to help them. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
that's what I love doing what I do. You know what I mean? Because I want to help the people that just never got the recognition. They never even been, but they hard. You know what I mean? Like what?
Nice. That's what it's all about. It's about their story. Nobody gets their story out. That's why I do what I do, getting those stories out that nobody hears.
Oh yeah, man, that's facts, Mando.
Hell yeah. So make sure you guys follow Kshotem on YouTube. Follow Baby Rich. Is he putting it out on the Mighty Tribe YouTube or the Baby Rich?
I think he might just be putting it out on Instagram. I don't know.
Oh, on Instagram.
I'm gonna for sure drop it on my channel. I'm sure he's gonna drop it on his channel. I just want it out just to have that solid work out there. You know what I mean? But everybody go tune in to my boy Baby Rich. Go follow him on the gram. You know what I mean? And go tune into everything we got going. I mean, go after this interview, go to Ray's page and smack his page with a whole bunch of comments. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Go bless his page. And I want everybody to think about what they want to do, things that they need to change, right? Just realistic measurements, and just make those changes every day. Start taking those steps because you're your best friend and your worst enemy. So don't be your worst enemy, you know what I mean? Because you ain't never going to get nowhere like that.
There you go. Those are the final thoughts from Kshotem. Great stuff, my man. Thank you so much for coming on, and let's do this again.
Yes, sir.
Good. Follow Kshotem on YouTube. Follow Baby Rich on Instagram. We're gonna raid into a DJ B Sus the DJ. We're gonna raid into him. So thank you guys so much for joining us, and let's raid into DJ B Sus the DJ in about 8 seconds. We'll be over there in that channel. B Sus the DJ. Let's go over there and show some love to B Sus the DJ. Is a freaking great DJ. Let's do it. Thank you guys for joining us. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. Have a great one.
That's it.
Whoops. Oh, shoot. There you go.
That boy's still going, huh?
Gotcha. Hold on. Stream. Good. Sick.
That was cool.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm going to edit that too. I'm going to put that on Spotify.
Hell yeah, edit that shit up. I mean, I don't know if I want to collaborate it because I fucking like, you know, already goddamn fucking collaborated that one and ran it up. And
No, these are randoms, dude. We got to make these like these random Twitches that we do every once in a while. They're random. They can be on Spotify. Maybe they don't get on Spotify. It just depends on how we feel. Yeah.
No, the shit's still on, fool.
Let me
You gotta end the damn thing, fool.
No, I did.